Hello and welcome to the Bat Cave. I'm your host, BlindBat8719. On today's video, I'm going to be going over my Nethroi combo deck in Historic Brawl. But before I do, I'd like to make a small ask of my audience. If you guys would just hit the subscribe button down below, that would definitely help me out in growing the channel. With that ask out of the way, Nethroi, Apex of Death. This is the Godzilla version of the card. For 2 white, black, green, you get a 5/5 Death Touch Lifelink Cat Nightmare Beast. If you pay the mutate cost at 4 hybrid Selesnya, black, you return any number of target creature cards with total power 10 from your graveyard to the battlefield. So the basic concept behind the deck is that I'm going to play a lot of 0 power creatures. Okay, those don't have 0 power. 0 power creatures, so I can return a lot of creatures with the mutate effect onto the battlefield, and then hopefully sacrifice them with the Woe Strider, or find a way to kill everything while I have a Blood Artist, a Bastion of Remembrance, or a Sir Conrad the Grim out, and kind of ping our opponent to death in that regard. So that's the basic genesis of what the game plan is. So Duress is in here to try to be more of a controlling. I realized with some earlier plays of the deck, I was too reactionary in that they would get ahead of me as I'm trying to build my combo. So as I'm trying to do my combo, they do their thing, and their thing is just better at killing me. So instead of being reactive with removal spells, I try to throw in some more hand disruption. So that's why Duress is in here. Eye Collector is in here to try to build up our graveyard. We have more things to pull when we do the mutate finally. Thoughtseize is another card to attack the hand. Gilded Goose is for some ramp, and it's also a 0, it's on theme with 0 power. Blood Artist is one of our win conditions. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So that's one of the win cons in the deck. Mire Triton is just to fill the graveyard up because it mills 2 when it comes into play. It's a good early blocker as well and gains us some life. Seeker's Squire, it explores. I was trying to find other ways. Dredge would be the ideal way of putting creatures into our graveyard, but it's not in Historic. So the best thing I could come up with on my own was thinking that Explore would be a great way to help fill up my graveyard and give me some card advantage by drawing the lands at least. So there's a few of that in the deck. Incubation Druid, 0 power thing that gives me ramp. Sisay's Shanna, Sisay's Legacy. On the battlefield, she gets +1/+1 for each creature. So on the battlefield, she's at least a 1/1. But everywhere else, the hand, the graveyard, and in the deck, she's a 0/0. So she'd be something that we can bring back that technically has 0 power, but when it comes to the battlefield, we bring back enough things, she could be very large. Arcane Signet for some ramp. Bastion of Remembrance is one of our ways of winning. Whenever, based on the second part of the second paragraph, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So that's one of our win cons. Mythos of Nethroi is in here just as a good removal spell that we're in the colors for. Woe Strider lets us sacrifice our whole field. So if we have one of our win cons out, pardon me. If we have one of our win cons out, we will be able to just sacrifice everything and deal all the damage to our opponent. Oathsworn Knight is just a 0 power thing we can bring back that comes in with counters. Llanowar Visionary is kind of for ramp and card draw to help us with some of that stuff. Jaylight Ranger is just one of the better explore creatures out there. Prowling Serpopard. Again, I was having some problems dealing with decks that were doing things better than we were. This is in here to kind of deal with control decks by making since we kind of are heavily reliant on our creatures and wanting to cast a mutate, by making our creature spells uncounterable, we can deal with some of the disruption that our opponents might be having, especially against blue decks. Yorvo, while he's hard to main cast, he is is a big creature with 0 power, comes up based on +1/+1 counter, so that's really why we're hoping more not to cast him, but to be able to get him back with mutate. Grakmaw, we will be able to cast more readily than Yorvo, and he leaves behind a body when he dies, so that's really why he's in here. Feyburrow Elder, mana ramp with 0 power. Knight of Autumn, again, is one of these utility creatures. I try to, since we are revolving more around creatures, instead of using spells, try to pick creatures that have ETB effects that can deal with some of the problems we're having. In this case, this is more about gaining life, or to deal with early aggression, or destroying problematic artifacts and enchantments. Death's Oasis is for me another way we can try to hopefully mass fill our graveyard. It will bring something back, but we are milling 2 cards, so hopefully we're kind of filling our graveyard and bringing something smaller back, so hopefully that leads us with bigger things we can get back. So this is one, I thought this deck would be a good fit for Death's Oasis. Agadem's Awakening, it helps again with another way to bring things back from the graveyard to the battlefield. It can be it's our 24th land as well. Shatter the Sky, in case things go horribly wrong, we need to get rid of everything. This is one way to do it. If we have a Bastion of Remembrance out, or one of the other pingers, that makes it like we at least drain some life off of that. Especially with Blood Artist, since it counts our opponent's creatures as well as our Sir Conrad the Grim. Carrion Grub is in here again. Partly because he mills us when he enters the battlefield, and he is a 0/5 that gets bigger on the battlefield if we have a large thing in our graveyard. But he's something we can bring back as well with Nethroi. Vraska's Contempt for some Planeswalker creature removal, Path of Discovery to again give all of our non-explore creatures explore to help fill our graveyard up. Beast Whisperer to help with card draw, since it's a cast as opposed to enter the battlefield. That's why I'm choosing this card over, say, the Great Henge, because it's a cast trigger. Taste of Karlov is possibly more of a win more. She doubles all of our death triggers, so the Blood Artist, the Bastion of Remembrance, and the Sir Grim will trigger twice. So that's really why she's in here. So if she's already in the graveyard, we can bring her back and then sacrifice everything. It makes the combo go up a lot faster. Polukranos Unchained. Again, same thing, no 0 power creature, and he's also something we can get back from the graveyard with Escape, and he can fight other things. Death Sprout is just a multicolored thing that kills something and ramps us, helps us get to our 7 mana that we need to mutate, so that's why that's in the deck. Massacre Girl is a creature-based board wipe, that if we get the conditions just right, we can just give everything -1/-1, gets around indestructible protections like that. So that's why she's in here. Sir Conrad's one of our ways of winning. If he's already out when we bring everything out of the graveyard, that's really great because that means there's more things that he will trigger off of that. But also just a win con if we again have him out and we're able to sacrifice things with Bastion or him out with a Woe Strider, we'd be able to ping our opponent for a lot of damage. Trostani, I was looking for things initially because with some of the 0 creatures I was playing, they don't have. I was initially trying with Hydras. I still like Trostani because in case people try to steal things of ours, we can get things back. She brings some life-linking bodies to us as well to kind of help stabilize if we need to. Casualties of War is one of the better board wipes that we can kind of pick and choose what we want to deal with problematic on our opponent's side of the field. Then Eerie Ultimatum, just another is a redundant copy of our commander that can bring back any number of permanent cards with different names from our graveyard to the battlefield. We're a singleton format. Our permanents only have one name except for our basic lands, so this will basically be another way to bring everything back. With the mana base, 2 plains, 2 swamps, 3 forests, 1 castle Lockwing for card draw. I went back again with the Guildgate plan. So I have the Shock, I have the Buddy, and I have the Guildgate, so this way I can then run Plaza of Harmony in addition to the Command Tower and Death of Triumph for my 3-color mana fixers. Field of Ruin, the blow up things we don't want our opponent to have, and Field of the Dead to give us some more creatures that can die since we have enough lands with different names on them. With the deck tech out of the way, let's jump into the arena for some brawls. Alright, this was like a good start, good hand. We're playing against Gresh, piloting a Zilortha Strength Incarnate. I have yet to play against this card, this commander, and it's been out since Ikoria. So I'm looking forward to this. Alright, this hand seems like a good start. No black, but we can use the Incubation Druid for that. Let's say hello to our opponent. We have a Conrad in hand, which is nice. So we can kind of go off with him on the battlefield. We can hopefully get a few triggers going. Shatter the Sky as backup, that's good. Incubation Druid, lead off with that. Oh, wait a minute. I always forget about Incubation Druid. I thought it's any mana of a land we produce. So I actually need a black switch before I can actually cast any of those guys. Ouch. Alright. So let's go with Sisay. Alright, so me misunderstanding or misremembering how Incubation Druid work, I probably should have mulliganed the hand since I actually don't have a black source. I technically have double white, so if things go bad, and it may go bad very fast. This has flash. Doesn't have flash. Alright, so let's just play that out now. If we drew the land, I might have considered pumping the Incubation Druid instead. Alright, swing for 3 there. Good. Not that I needed... I have to worry about things being counter and playing against red and green, but I figured making her bigger now is probably the better option. Oof. So I'm torn about playing just Shadow the Sky now or try to get in 3 damage. Because if I do Shadow the Sky now, I get to draw a card. And I think that's going to matter more right now. Because they're going to be drawing the card and I want to kind of... Alright. Cool, now we have our black source. We have triple greens. We have all our colors now at least. So, and then with what's in the graveyard, we can get... Alright, a couple 0 drops and a 4 power thing.
We won't answer to other guilds.
Alright, Domri. Domri's probably going to have to die because that's just going to get them back to their commander sooner. Or we just kill the commander. That's the other strategy too. I don't have double black for Conrad. Feel like, let's see. Target you fight target you don't control. Six, 4. I think we just destroy. Let's just destroy him now as shucks. Well, the plan was to figure I'd destroy him now, because what's the point of me playing out a creature when he just plays out his commander, which is a 7/3, and its toughness is equal to its lethal damage is equal to its power, not its toughness, and he just fights whatever I have. Oh. Eric Unleashed. Okay. Oh, that makes sense now. Well, like, why would you play that? Night of Autumn. Gain the life. We don't fight anything. Being a, nothing trample. Oh, he gives the thing trample, but nothing has first strike. Now let's go with gaining the life. Because putting 2+1/+1 counters on him, again, he'll just play out the commander. They fight, and it doesn't. I don't kill the thing.
They're a stampede of one.
Is that enough? I need 7? That's enough. Alright, I think the board wipes are out of the question right now. Might as well block that. We can't do anything about the 6. Castle Lockplane. Best it gets is 4? I mean, at this point, it just pumps up Godzilla. So that's 1, so that's 10, that's 13. We need 2 things? No, they got this. At this point, I might as well just show you what we would have drawn. Oh, I can't even do that. Yeah, no, that all started because I should have paid attention to Incubation Druid, realizing that it adds mana based on the lands we have. I should have mulliganed that hand. Alright, this hand... Alright, we have the colors to cast spells. We have Secret Squire for some card draw. We have 2 removal spells and a Prowling Serapad to help our things resolve. We're playing against Rhoxplay, piloting a Kenrith the Returned King. He's tough to beat in regular Brawl. I can only imagine how hard this may be with all of Historic available. Takes the free mulligan to 7. Say hello to our opponent. Lead off with the Golgari Guildgate. Alright, Rag of Triumph from them. Seeker Squire now. Put that into the graveyard. I realize we're probably giving them fodder for their 5th ability, but we'll see how it goes. Alright. Now this gets interesting in terms of what land to play next. I think playing out the Triumph was just better because we're using the second half. So we don't have anything for 2 mana, but I think that's better than... I don't think playing Grakmaw out right now is worth it. They're still a little behind on some things. Let's see, we got all the customers. We'll start with the white, start getting some of that out. Swing with the Seeker Squire. I don't think we have to worry about on 5 them playing the commander because that usually they want to play on 6 so they can give it haste. We could Death Sprout and get us to 6, get us the mana faster, but I think let me go with the Grakmaw here. As since the Seeker Square already has a counter, if that dies, Grakmaw gets bigger. Oh god. Alright, well actually that was a good thing we played out Grakmaw, at least he stays in the battlefield. Alright, green. 3 there. With what we have in the graveyard with 4... Alright, so that's not too bad. Alright. I think I'm going to want to hold off. This way that I could use a Death Sprout, potentially, to ramp. Ooh, that's really Karax. Trample and Hexproof. This cannot be countered. Ah, frick. Oh, dang. Alright. Well, that put a damper on that. Dang, alright. Field of the Dead isn't terrible. I do kind of feel salty about some stuff. Let's get this out. So at least maybe we have 2 blockers. We can at least steal the Carnage Tyrant that way. And then if they die, we play land, we get field token, and then we can mutate from there. Hour of Promise. Ooh, what 2 lands? It doesn't have the desert, so we're just getting 2 lands. So what are the 2 crazy lands you could be getting right now? Field of the Dead, that would be 1. Oh no, okay, just 2 lands. So what do we get back? Okay. Trostani, that makes everything a little bit bigger. Put it on the top of the token, I'd say. Alright. Let's go with the mutate play. Let's go down the Hydra. Be over. And get everybody back. Into the graveyard. No sense in actually attacking with the Shepherd because we'll just lose it. We try to block that. I mean, you could argue that I'm losing 5 damage, so that's always a possibility as well. Agent of Treachery. Totally fine. All creatures they own? Oh, not the lands? Dang, okay. Alright, so let's start by ramping. Destroy him. And let's go for green. out a guild gate. Swing out. Alright, and we got there. Alrighty, cool. Alright, this hand seems like it has some possibilities. We are playing against PrismaticDefenderRICH, piloting a Naban, Dean of Iteration. I have not played against this one. If a wizard enters the battlefield under your control, causes a trigger triggered twice. So it's Panharmonicon for wizards. Okay. This is well, we'll keep this around. Wizards are a little bit on the small side. So we will have a little bit of a slow start, but that's totally fine. We'll duress them on turn 2. And then hopefully Seeker Squire. Alright, Tome of Legends. So what we got here? We have Overwhelm Apprentice, Omawara Wizard. And Omawara Mehu is actually, this is the one to be careful about. Alright, Tome of Legends it is. Alright, now was I right about things not having 1-3? 1-2. Ooh, we lost a Blood Artist. That's good, actually. Oh, good, that really helped us out there. Did we go aggressive? Other words, you control get +1/+1. Alright, they're probably going to play that as their land drop. I would say let's go with... Let's go with this. I mean, normally I put things into the graveyard, but this one's actually pretty good for us, so let's put this on top of the library, actually. If we weren't able to cast her, I'd put it into the graveyard, but J-Light Ranger, I think, will just be really good for us. Alright, I know I just said about using J-Light Ranger, but this is why I didn't cast Knight of Autumn to be aggressive. We'll use this now to blow that up. Search for Ascantha. The fourth one, Dean of Iteration, and then they're going to play out Orca Bolts to try to find some cards. Whiffed once. And negate. Alright, so our non-creature stuff. Thankfully we're mostly creatures. I'm fine with that dying, yeah. Alright, we'll block that. Alright, J-Light Ranger it is. One land. Actually, we're probably going to want to hold on to that, actually. This attack doesn't do us any good, and they could actually kill it. And they lose Naban, though, but... Spark Double. Let's see how he blocks. Let's kill the Spark Double. So they're not getting so many copies of it while they were tapped out, so they couldn't protect it with Negate. Next turn's looking. If we draw a green source, it would be great. We can play Yorvo into Mire Triton. Would be nice. It's tempting to also look into playing Massacre Girl. We also could also then play Tristani's Scorn if we get the 5th draw, the 5th land. Keep your life to 2 on top. For the most part, we're going to be able to blank that negate. But you have to pick and choose our times. might as well because you're not going to be able to do much. Alrighty, there we go. Overgrown Tune. Okay. Let's pay the 2 life. And true creatures. Let me go with the try with Tristani. I want this Tristani so I can be able to attack. I think I'll just attack anyways. Not with you, because actually if they double block, I lose my... Actually, wait, they can't double... If they double block, it doesn't do anything, so we'll swing out. I am a little fearful now. They have a counter spell, so at least this way... Augur Bolus. I was thinking the Augur Bolus would be worse, but if they are able to flash and be able to scry, I think is more relevant. Alright. So this way now, I get to play out Yorvo. Okay, and the Mire Triton. Alright. My thought was that if they have a Essence Scatter or something that counters creature spells specifically, spending 5 mana to lose to Tristani, I wouldn't have been happy with. So that's why I figured if I play out 2 things instead, that's better. I could wipe the board at this point because that'd be 3 at -3. That would kill everything, so there's no point using Massacre Girl right now. Academy Journey. You're gonna give me rebuy? So Yorvo's going away for 1, and he's figuring out what to do with the other one. I get to cast both, but... Okay. Woodland Cemetery. I could kill everything. Well, if nothing else, I can at least kill their commander. Then we can, let's see, we have Blood Artist. So if we actually are able to get out or find our Woe Strider, we actually have the combo in the graveyard. Let's swing out, see if they got any tricks. She has menace. Alright, so there takes the hit there. Yorvo. There's the land we were looking for. Biggest thing in our graveyard is 2? Looks like it'd be 2, yeah. Alright, so the Carrion Grub would only have 2. Does she have flash? She does. Alright. Let's see how blown out we get with the Tristani. So you could flash in a blocker, but now my things are slightly bigger as well. So I would imagine they're going to flash her in. Copy target. So I have to cast a spell first. Sounds good. Other words get +1/+1. Swing with the team. Because none of these are humans. So whatever's left over. Alright, she flashes in. Everything gets a little bit stronger. Alright, so those trade. Take 11. Go down to 3. Alright, taking the 5. guess it's a shame they're not killing the Massacre Girl. Alright. Yeah, actually, we'll just do it that way. Actually, down to 9. If they have nothing on board, we're just gonna swing out and see what happens. We don't, they have more cards in hand than us, so we don't necessarily want to mutate and risk that being countered by any means. Gadwick the Risen. Okay, so that will be a possible issue. That will be tapping things down. All right, in the graveyard, we don't have a way. So let's force him to start tapping some stuff down. Oh. Alright, this might be game then. Off by that little bit. Alright, and then we'll just end the turn. I wish I had a way to finish him off right then and there. But I don't want to play out the Carrion Grub in case we do need to get a creature out for later on to mutate. Granted, I'd rather if it'd be cheaper. Ooh. Seagate Stormcaller. With converted mana cost. Quasi duplicate. Alright. Is this a combo that I'm missing? And then you play... Oh, that was it? Oh, okay. Let's put it on Tristani. Please let this resolve. I didn't think this through. Ah, there we go. Essence Capture. Take the action. No attacks. Okay. Alright, he gets the brainstorm here. Then he's probably gonna pitch the negate to the quasi duplicate to do the Riverwise Augur again. Oh, we put the negate back. Alright, so let's move the combat, see what happens. Alright, that goes there. Oh, there's nothing to swing. Let's swing. Follow-up play might be Carrion Grub and Eye Collector. Or at least. Let's get rid of Gadwig. Even better. Alright, and we got the Woe Strider, so we have the combo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need just one more land. We draw a land. We can pull the combo kill off. Now, does he have an answer for our Flying Eye Collector? Does he? Yes, while we have the combo kill, I will be courteous to my, or considerate of my opponent's time and not waste it doing the combo to combo when he's at 1 life and I have a 2/2 flyer in the air. So we discarded Vassa's Oracle. So he has the negate in hand. See, I don't think he didn't do any shuffling, so the negate's definitely in his hand. at this point back on top of the library. Alright, we drew the land, so I would say let's just swing and see what happens. Purple Trickster. Alright, so now that you do that, no attacks. Play out the land. Mutate onto the Trickster. Take it over. And there we go. Alright. Opponent concedes. Yay. Okay, got there. Okay, so now that I'll pay better attention, the Incubation Druid will work because we have an in-depth Triumph, which is great. We are playing against Lord Servant, piloting a Kethis the Hidden Hand. So the same colors of us, probably legendary-centric. They get to use their graveyard like kind of how we do. Duress probably won't be as good against them, but the rest of the hand seems fine. You know, third land drop if we need it. So yeah, I'm going to keep this. Kind of Autumn to be our Swiss Army knife. So I do think we'll be paying a little bit of life just to kind of go out on... As much as I want to do the turn 1 Duress, there's nothing really worth it, I feel like. Duressing on turn 1 against them. Other than maybe a Thoughtseize. Which is entirely possible that they'll use against us. Really weird case they would use it against themselves. Alright, let's go with the Incubation Druid. We got 3 mana, so we'll have 4 next turn. So we could do Grakmaw. Oh, there we go! Alright, we'll use up the Knight of Autumn now then. Blood Artist in hand is good. Let's pay the 2 life. Good scry now. One on top, they like it good. Destroy target artifact. Throw that up. And let's duress them to see what they got going on. Alrighty, okay. Mostly lands. 4 drops, 4 drops, so we got some time on them. Alrighty, let's swing out. Play out Grakmaw. And don't have to worry about Ugin right now, so let's just pay the 3 life and let's get out a Blood Artist. This way then when things start to die, we'll be good to go for that. Alright, so Polukranos, Yarshna, okay. So I can't sacrifice anything until this is dead. Alrighty. I think we just pass here. No attacks. End the turn. End of their turn, we'll use Incubation Druid to pump itself up. So this way we'll have the mana to cast our commander if we choose to. Not that we want to bring anything back. The Casualties of War really looks good right now because we'll blow up the creature, the artifact, and the Land of the Dead. Adapt her. Alright, we have our Field of the Dead now, which is good. Alright, destroy target artifact, destroy a creature, and destroy a land. Creature. Probably should have blown up the Ghost Quarter, honestly, but oh well. Target you. Swing with these 2. So in terms of legendaries, I just have the 1 creature in the graveyard. Kethis is a 3/4, so it's not a terrible blocker. We're gonna really make them pay for when this actually goes off, I guess. let's just swing out. Alright, so Polukranos is 7 mana if they want to play him and fight. Okay, the Pathway Chromatic Ori. That's kind of sweet. That's a cool one. Mana Geode, alright. Get their scrying going on. And Polukranos. Let's see, we need, alright, triple black. So, wait, does this add 1 mana? So I go black, black, black. I don't think, yeah, I can't cast it. Okay. All we would get back is the 1. Don't want to lose the Incubation Druid. I don't really care if Conrad dies, because I'll just bring him back with the Eerie Ultimatum. Or with the Commander, even. And this should hopefully... Let's see, that puts him to 2. Alright. That's 8. 9. Alright. So that puts him down to 5. If I mutate here, I get 2 things back. I don't think this works with Conrad per se, but... Play out the goose. And then next one we can be aggressive again, and then bring everybody back with Eerie Ultimatum. Again, they only have 1 thing in their graveyard that's legendary that they can bring back. And they have to exile 2 in order to cast things from the graveyard. So, and then with having both the plant that's actually the Blood Artist and the Conrad out, they have to use like an Ugin for us to be really crying. Otherwise, we have this with anything that destroys things. There are other exile cards in black that we have to be cognizant of, which I clearly did not pay attention to, but I think, is Conrad leaves the battle? No, it's dies, not leaves the battlefield. Same thing with, alright, he's gonna fight. That's 2 more triggers. He's going to, I guess, bring back Polukranos as 12? Okay, that makes some sense. Alright. And he still has 3 to fight some more. It doesn't add to it. Line put the stowaway and they concede. Alright. Okay, got there. Good stuff. Alrighty, and that is the video for today. Let me know what you thought of the deck down below in the comments section. We went 4-1, so things kind of worked out. We weren't always able to make the combo happen. We got close a couple of times. We were able to be a little merciful to our opponent in that, we didn't have to go a ton of clicks with the Blood Artist. Some of the changes, it seems, that I made with doing the hand disruption and adding in the can't be countered creatures seem to be at least play out well for the most part at the moment. So those might be, I will keep in moving forward. But what changes would you make? What would you add to it? Let me know in the comments below, like I was saying. Let me know what other decks you want me to build, what you would want to see me play. If I have the cards, I would gladly try to build somebody else's deck and give it a try on Brawl. If you like what I'm doing, please help out the channel by hitting the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload, which is once a week, so you get weekly Brawl content in your inbox. I'm still trying to grow the channel and learn and get better at this, so if you got any suggestions on how I can sound better, play better, present the videos better, please also, I'm looking for that feedback in the comments section. As always, thank you for visiting the Bat Cave and have a great day.